did? That's great.
Yeah, went to CVS. Said that no one asked him about age or conditions or anything. Yeah.
I'll sign up for today. Hi, Neil. Shabbat Shalom.
Are you good for, cool, yeah, the reading, right? I'll just play until you're done. I think I realized I've been wearing shoes with heels, mostly. Now I'm in flats and I feel very short.
Is there one that you prefer of these three? What do you
One's usually nice. And you can go through if you want to do the Fatima. That's fine too. It's not in the setting.
Diane, would you like to do candles tonight? Great. You don't know. You just have to do the reading on page 121, Diane. Sure. Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't recommend that.
Probably not a good idea. What? Try to stay on the Dima? Yeah. Yeah. Come up to the steps this way. Oh no, do you want to use the for your back? No, we can use the line. Right there. And do you have a copy of it now? Or would you like one? Wonderful. Okay. Hey, Oliver. Hurry up, Jeff. It has been. It's making me very well. Next week we're going to be on Zoom, and I may do more of those. I'm not. This is ridiculous. It's a big Megillah for us to. Exactly. I don't either. For me to do like this Lamash, like huge sermon,
Can you submit it before?
What?
You submit your sermon for the benefit.
Yeah. Hopefully, come out. Use it for next time.
That's true. Page 128. Hine matov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 How good it is! How sweet it is.
How sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is
to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is
to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom. And for those of you joining us online, welcome. Welcome to our services. And for those that are in the sanctuary, what a lovely, intimate group we have. But the best people are here. So that's what matters. And of course, I'm sure many of you are aware that I am, and you may not know this, Cantor, also are Dodger fans. And I want to put out, just say this for those of you that are upset or hurting from yesterday. The Giants had an incredible year. And I decided earlier this week that if the Giants had won, I was going to root for them all the way because they had that good of a year. But I think it never comes down to one play. And when we think it comes down to one play, we're mistaken. Dodger fans will tell you about a check swing about a couple months ago that gave the Giants their first place. So we could talk about that all we want. The reality is that no one should feel bad about what took place, and that everyone who's a fan of the Giants should be so proud of their team because no one expected them to do it as well as they did. And they were stupendous this year. They never had a slump, really, and they gave it to the Dodgers from game 14, I should say, because they'd had a rough first 2 weeks, Giants, and they were fabulous. From game 14 all the way to 162 plus. So you should all be very proud of your team if you're a Giant fan. And if you're a Dodger fan, yay.
More stress.
Yay. More stress for us, that's right. As my daughter would say, she and I were, our kishkas are still hurting from this past 72 hours. What a game that was yesterday, and hopefully it really, I will say this, the biggest shanda of all this is that the Giants and Dodgers didn't face each other at the National League championship level, where they should have had a 7-game series, and they're the two best teams in baseball. So what we saw yesterday in the last 5 games was the World Series, quite frankly, the two best teams playing against each other. So with that, Giant fans, you should be very proud of your team, just as proud as us Dodger fans are, if not prouder. Right, Cantor?
Right.
Nice. And with that, Diane Gilden's going to lead us in the lighting of Shabbos candles. Page 121, 120. I don't know why I said that.
You say, come on down.
Come on down. Yeah. So I'm right now out of the scene. I'm on to him. All right.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
now that we've welcomed Shabbat, I invite you to welcome, well, someone near you. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, my friends. That was graceful. I'm very graceful. Should have been a dancer. Page 130, Lechuna Ranana, a good version of it.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Litzur Yishenu, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Litzur Yishenu, Nekadma Fana, Betoda, Bizmirot Naria Lo, Nekadma Fana, Betoda, Bizmirot Naria Lo, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Litzur Yishenu, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Litzur Yishenu, Nekadma Fana, Betoda, Bizmirot Naria Lo, Nekadma Fana, Betoda, Bizmirot Naria Lo, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Litzur Yishenu, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Litzur Yishenu, ooh, 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 ooh.
Cool. Next page over.
Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
Continue with Lecha Dodi on page 138.
Lecha דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום ומבורך, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום ומבורך, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה.
Continuing with our Chatzi Kaddish on page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ועמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו Amen.
Page 146, we continue with Baruch Hu. Please rise either physically or in spirit if you're able.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
I'm not looking at that side. I'm not doing that. Page 149. Praise to Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. Page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. I invite us to take a deep cleansing breath in Exhaling out.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. Page 154, please join me in Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam lehot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day, and press them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Page 158. As we continue with Micha Mocha. That's your introduction, sorry.
Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha Nedar B'Kodesh Nora Tehilot Oseh Feleh Nora Tehilot Oseh Feleh Malchutecha Ra'uvanecha Bokei Hayam Lifnei Moshe Adonai
לעולם
ועד
אדוני
אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. Page 161. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours, over all of humanity. Baruch atah Adonai, haporesh sukat shalom aleinu, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים, ועל כל העולם.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. Page 162. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We continue with our tefillah on pages 164, 166, and following. Please rise if you're able, either physically or in spirit.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu be'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Geula Lifnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayim emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha bal gevurot, U'mido melach, Melech memit, U'mechaye, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. Page 175. Chatzei Adonai Eloheinu b'amcha Yisrael. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha be'ir'ah na'avod. Page 177, we join together on the top of the page. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lehodot. Nice.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. B'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. I invite us to take another deep breath. As we take a moment of our own silent reflection. Shalom Bimromav Ose Shalom Bimromav Hu Yaseh Shalom Hu Yaseh Shalom Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Bimromav. Oh, say shalom. Bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu.
We now focus our energies toward those who are ill and in need of healing. We think of Sandra Adams, Sally Mendez, Chana Bat Miriam, Eliana Bat Chana, Ivan Aronson, Bob Bell, Robert Berg, Mort Berlant, Dr. Arnold Berliner, Sandy Beinstock, W.L. Bradley, Barry Brown, Brenda Boucher, Rich Burns, Esther Burton, Ed Kahn, Chu Chi, Sandra Cohen, Bunny Fisher, Carolyn Franklin, Barbara Feedman, Holly Fugit, Marina Gaffney, Sharon Jenkin, Mandy Gillis, Harry Glaze, Mary Gold, Charlene Griffin, Ted Guglin, Linda Harris, Dr. Gary Height, Jessica Jessen, Mimi Jones, Evan Katz McCosker, Liatzvia Batliba Elchanan, Shirley Lerner, Carol Lesage, Litia Leos, Bobby Lotman, Austin Lucero, Janice Lucero, Karen Mack, Sid Melbourne, Neil Mendel, Vivian Cooper Moore, Gunther Myberg, Brad Parkins, Gabrielle Pollock, Stephanie Rasmussen, David Rice, Carol Ross, Linda Rogers, Dolores Sams Hoy, Valerie Sains, Gary Sanders, Laura Sanders, Malachi Sarensen, Donna Shine, Donna Thyman, Pham Tai Trang, Gina Thrower, Wendy Okamwaggle, Teresa Walsh, Jeannie Watson, Nancy Weisenfeld, Sue Witten, Sherman Wong, Brandon Yarkin, Madison Zales, and everyone who is suffering with coronavirus. I invite you to add any other name that you'd like to add to our healing list. Please raise your hand. Thank you. Thank you. We wish upon all those we named and those who remain unnamed, refuah shlema, a speedy and complete recovery, as we join together in Misha Berach by Lisa Levine.
Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov. Misha Berach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov. Misha Berach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may
stay there. I'm going to come down. Well, it feels really weird just to talk at you. So we're gonna talk together. I'm going to come and join you guys. We'll use the microphone so those that are online can hear us. So this week's portion is, I think, the quintessential Torah portion for us. It's actually like the most important portion, according to many. My father, blessed memory Eugene, would say, you can find everything about Judaism in Lech Lecha. And there's some truth to that. Lech Lecha is really this powerful portion. As I'm sure many of you know, it's the first of 3 portions about Avram and Sarai. And of course, their name is changed in this portion. Avram becomes Abraham, Sarai becomes Sarah. And I love that concept because how's their name changed? A letter Hey is added. And why a Hey? It denotes God. It's actually the letter in the Hebrew language that we use to denote God. So Sarai becomes Sarah, and Avram becomes Avraham. And I love that because it's really a statement. It's a statement that the two of them have not only started, but have been on a journey in life. And in that journey, and it's a complex journey because I'm sure you guys are aware that at some point Abraham kind of plays a little trick or treat with his wife and kind of pawns her off as a sister with the Pharaoh. Truth be told, they are actually half brother and sister. So it wasn't really a lie. And that's a whole other story that's kind of strange. But I think that with Avram or becoming Avraham, that covenant, the Brit itself, is what is featured in the portion. Because that ultimately is the moment where Avraham says, okay, I got this, I'm going to do this. And what in return happens? The deal is he gets land, people, wealth. And what does he have to do? Circumcise himself as a sign of the covenant. And all of the males in his clan, and eventually will do his child who's about 13 years old or so. That's the first bar mitzvah, is a circumcision. So we shouldn't hear any kvetching from children today about doing bar mitzvahs, is all I'm saying. But it's really interesting because I think for Avraham as our first Jew and Sarah as our first Jew, I always like putting them together, they really set kind of a opportunity for all of us. Each year when we come to this, we have the opportunity to reflect on our journey. What does our journey look like? And let's be clear, all of us have been on a journey for a while, some more than others, but it's been a long journey, right? And we've had a huge, I think, set of curveballs in our journey, especially this last year and a half. Not being able to be here as often as you like. I mean, I can't even see your face. I have no idea if you're angry with me or happy. I have no idea. But it's the strangest feeling, right? To have these, to have these masks, to not be able to see our loved ones, to not be able to hang out with a buddy, to not go to a restaurant, to go to a cup of coffee. I mean, it's just so bizarre. And so our journeys, all of us, I think on some level, took a major hit and actually went off the rail for many of us. Because it became survival mode. It really did. How do I get through? Well, that's no way to live a life on some level. If we're always, and it feels like we do this a lot, move from critical thing to critical thing to critical thing, what kind of a journey is that? It's exhausting. As I'm saying it, I'm getting tired. It's exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. So I would suggest that Lech Lecha this week, on this Shabbat, affords us an opportunity to rethink that journey, to say, wait, COVID's not going to control my life. It's not going to control my journey any longer. I'm done with it controlling as much as it has. I'm going to put on my mask, and I'm going to enjoy my life because I think it's super important. So I recommend for all of us on Shabbos tomorrow to go outside at some point, take a walk, feel the energy around us, and to contemplate our journey. Really think about our journey. And it's time to go back onto that journey. Inspired by Abraham and Sarah, who had so many curveballs thrown at them. We had nothing in comparison to what these people had to deal with. Can you imagine living during that period of time? Oh, God, yeah. Just unbelievable. So I really think this is a great time to hear this portion of Avraham calling to us as well. He didn't just accept this covenant on his own behalf. He accepted it on our behalf. What does that look like for us in our journey? And with that, time for announcements.
Is this mic on?
That one is on. Can we give you this? Is it better? Much better.
Yeah, Rabbi gets the better mic.
No, it's not. Just a higher.
Okay. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Lana Smith. Whoops, just a second. I can take this thing off. And on behalf of Temple Emanu-El's Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our sanctuary for this Erev Shabbat service. First off, Mazel Tov to both the rabbi and the cantor, because their team did indeed win. On Tuesday, please join the rabbi for his weekly chat on Zoom. And on Tuesday night, if you've ever wanted to learn Israeli dance, this is your chance with Louie's beginning dance class at 7:30 p.m. On Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. on Zoom, Rabbi Magad is teaching the third of a 5-session class on death and dying and Reform Judaism. On Thursday at 5 p.m., we will have an exciting virtual contemporary Jewish museum docent-led tour of their Leonard Cohen exhibit. This should be a fabulous Zoom experience, so please sign up, and there are very few spots left. I can tell you that for a fact. Next Friday will be our once-monthly Zoom service, not in the sanctuary, so please register to get the link and join everyone live on Zoom. Now, as I'm looking out at you, I'm not sure this applies to anybody, but if for some chance, if you have a child under the age of 5, please answer our survey about baby and tot Shabbat to help us decide when to bring these experiences back. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom.
That's a funny announcement. Yeah, I love it. We continue the lane on page 586. Please rise either physically or in spirit if you are able.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shehu notei shamayim v'yoser aretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim himal, u'shchinatu zo begofhei meromim, u'Eloheinu einod. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום Bayom ha'hu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
As we now come to the moment in our service, we think about our loved ones who have died recently or in years past. I invite you, upon hearing the name of your loved one, if you choose to stand as a sign of your love and grief for that person. Remain standing till all the names in our yard site list have been recited. Then together we will all rise. On this Shabbat, we especially think of those that are grieving the Shiva, the first week of mourning for Mary Cage, dear friend of Yvonne Nemec, Judy Fisher Harrington, sister and in-law of Alan and Bunny Fisher, Richard Gersten, brother of Nancy Gersten. We also think of those that are grieving the Shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning for Dutchy Henkin, as well as those that are grieving the Shana, the first-year mourning for Leon Averick, Robert Baker, Pauline Anderson Berkowitz, Carol Bitter, Hy Birdman, Phyllis Birdman, Roy Robert Creech, Alexander Cunningham, Bill Davenport, Norm Deshotsky, Alan Garshon, Lubov Katsis, Charles Green, Phil Hammer, Bob Hirsch, Selma Karcham, Janet Katz, Kevin Krieger, Hal Lax, Father Bill Leninger, Marion Suni Levin, Michal Lubin, Michael Meltzer, Manny Migdal, Roberta Stivelman Newman, Patricia Orozco, Richard Peterson, Arlene Ravel, David Reiser, Steve Reese, Stanley Rosen, Steve Rosenthal, Lois Rosette, Betty Rossman, Rosalind Schwartz, Boris Supak, Marilyn Siller, Kit Snyder, Gunther Vogler, Marty Weisblatt, Henry Wild Sr., Florence Winnig, Millie Wolfson. We also think of the following yahrzeits we observe on this Shabbat as we think of Hilda Altman, Benjamin Aronovitz, Ben Averick, Ben Berman, Sylvia Browdy, Charles Broder, Bela Bryman, Nettie Chadoff, Harold Chusid, Mark Emanuel, Lena Fink, Henry Frank, George Friedman, Hyman Garshon, Adrian Gaynor, Charles Greenberg, Harry Hirsch, Stuart Holstein, Beverly Holstein, Joseph Jacobson, Henny Just, Molly Kadish, Rita Kane, Mary Katz, Lena Koss, Leon Lagier, Leah Leitzerbaum, Elizabeth Lieberman, Leon Lifshitz, Joel Lauren, Alan Loth, Don W. McDonald, Margaret Miller, George Marvin Nathan, Mildred Pogar, Israel Port, Stuart Press, John Resnikoff, Louis Richards, Edith Robinson, Max Rosenthal, Jack Rubenstein, Jane Schwartz, Perla Supak, Jonathan Sievers, Homer Sobel, Arthur Spector, Cecil Weintraub, Joseph Wolf, Marilyn Zelinsky, Ruth Zenver, Kathy Zimmer. Zichronam Livracha, may all the memories of our loved ones endure as blessings as you rise, turning to page 598 to recite together our Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabba, ve'amad yivrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon of yom echon, u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'agalav uzman kariv imru amen. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עלמיה, יתברך וכישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברכו, לעולם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה משמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, אמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ונכון אדם, ואמרו amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to those who are bereaved among us, wherever they may be, as we say together, amen. Please be seated. Feel free to
Yeah. It's in here somewhere. Find the page. We're going to conclude with words from our portion. Here it is, page 645. As we prepare to set out on whatever journeys we're going to be on our Shabbat walk tomorrow.
But probably the most famous piece for this parsha is this particular wonderful piece of music by the one and only Debbie Friedman, one of her best pieces ever.
Lechi lach to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha to a place you do not know. Lechi lach on your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing, Lechi lach. Lechi lach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechi lach, to the place that I will show you. Lesimchat chayim Lesimchat Chaim, Lesimchat Chaim Lechilach. You shall be a blessing, you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, Lechilach.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We continue with Oneg in the back.
The feminine.
Feminine of Lech Lecha.